With that, let's get out to our commentators, Brandon Gott and Charles.
Larry, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor at M&T Bank Stadium. Week 10 already, and we've got a good one in store between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, we're in November now, so this is where you really need to settle in, start getting down to business.
And in baseball, they talk about the dog days of August. November, these are the dog days of football, trying to get in position for the big push.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So here come the Ravens with their first look on offense. They're led by their veteran quarterback in his 9th year now out of Delaware. It's Joe Flacco.
Started the first game of his rookie year and then didn't leave the lineup for a long time before suffering a knee injury and has rehabbed and made his way back. If you want a guy who can throw the long ball, you want Joe Flacco in your lineup.
First down, Flacco. But it's caught on the right side at Smith. 11 yards on the pickup, and that'll be good for Baltimore first.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Fresh set of downs here. First carry for Justin Forsett. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first. See if they stay on the ground for second down. Second down, Flacco now. Finding time. All kinds of time. Looking here for Smith down. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes us down deep into Cleveland territory. They give him a gain of 38. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Passing play, Flacco. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it a second down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On second down, Forsett. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
It's third down, 6 yards to go for the offense. Third down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. Catch left side here by Aiken. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
They've made goal line offense a priority on the practice field this week. This is exactly the situation they've been prepping for. That's caught at the 1. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
Yeah.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Flacco here on 2nd down. Trying to lob it in there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Steve Smith that time, and it's 3rd and short. Looking to cash in on this opening drive. Here's 3rd and goal. On the ground, 4th set. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That almost felt like the defense said, he is not getting in. What a play.
Not only stopping him at the line, but pushing him back a yard as well. Here's Justin Tucker now for the Raven field goal try. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So they get the ball first here in front of the home crowd.
A night game, isn't there? A little extra snap, a little extra crisp in the air. What a terrific way to get things started. A little extra excitement, a little extra dazzle for the home crowd.
And this will be a touchback. Last year would have come out to the 20. This year they'll move it out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the former USC Trojan. It's Cody Kessler.
When Cody Kessler was drafted, many people thought it was a surprise that he went in the 3rd round. They thought he would go later. But when he came out, the man who selected him told the rest of the world, trust me.
The play clock's running down. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And this one goes nowhere.
Presented by Mazda on the PNC Bank Cleveland Browns Radio Network. Here are Jeff Phelps and Justin Fuller.
Well, there they went blitz defensively, Charles, and things were paved well coming from the linebacker position.
I love the way that you described it, paved well. Oftentimes, the guy who gets home on the blitz, he's going to get all the credit. But his teammates did all the dirty work, right? They ran into people on purpose. They sometimes tugged on jerseys to hold linemen to create space and gaps. And that play finished off really, really well. Well conceived, well designed, and even better executed.
The starters for the Cleveland Browns. And let's discuss the tight end, Gary Barnidge. Sometimes he can get overlooked.
I love how he emerged in 2015. We had a scouting report on him that said he was a good blocker, dependable receiver, but no stardom at all. Had a 1,000-yard season in 2015. No longer do we have those shackles on him at all. Gary Barnidge can play.
Third and long, it's Kessler. And he finds Barnidge. He's got it. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
It's a nice catch there by Gary Barnidge, and there's no getting around it. The emergence of him has been nothing short of stunning, hasn't it?
Yeah, first 6 years, total 44 catches. Then at age 30 last year, he goes for 79.
Who says you don't get better with age?
Kessler on first down. And this is incomplete. The starters now defensively for Baltimore.
Many doubted Eric Weddle coming out of college, but they don't anymore. One of the best, most versatile safeties in the league.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Kessler. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
I love Duke Johnson's versatility coming out of the University of Miami, and he's done nothing to dispel that. Boy, he can catch the ball.
He had 61 catches in 2015.
And didn't even play a full season due to injuries.
Yeah.
Boy, his potential, almost unlimited.
Well, the Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third down.
Could be a blitzer.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Play fake to Johnson. Now Kessler. Surveying the field. He'll rifle, and that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Corey Coleman, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Browns have taken the early lead. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. We get a glance at the Browns defense as they file into position. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out. They come up in an offset eye. Off the give from Flacco for Sam. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough, tough job to contain them.
Offense in a little bit of a bind here. 9 yards to go on 3rd down. Play fake to Forsett. Now Flacco. And he finds his man, Kamar Aiken. And he's brought down after a good gain. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play-action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones that have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
Now a play fake here on first down. Complete to Gilmore over the middle. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there.
It does not. The Steelers are a very good football team. Big Ben is going to be hungry. I think he lost to the Browns. He's been starting quarterback. He has been. It's one time. Yeah, it's not often. Yeah, it's rare. Same with Joe Flacco. It's rare. Flacco's lost twice to the Browns, so it doesn't happen very often with those guys.
For 26 yards. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be...
Not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen, but everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
One of the beauties of a 3-4 defense is that you have flexibility with your linebackers and you can put them in different spots. But one of the downsides is an offensive team that's committed to running the football, you can get your big offensive linemen up on linebackers quicker, and that usually gives you an advantage in running it.
The draw from Flacco. It's 4th down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd down.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. Third down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Xavier Cooper in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. So on 4th down, Flacco off to the sidelines. He gives way to Justin Tucker. He connected on his first, this from 41. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will tie things up at 6-6. So it goes down as an 8-play drive, and they cap it with the field goal.
Yeah, they were able to pick up a few first downs along the way, but they couldn't keep the momentum going all the way into the end zone.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And the Browns getting set to go. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. A first down throw for Kessler. Pryor has it complete. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Terrell Pryor, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns are able to strike quickly for 6. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Right side catch, Gilmore. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put it up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Going up top. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
So on 4th down, the Ravens will call on Sam Cook to punt it away. Fielded just inside the 30. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Larry Ridley in Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. In motion right comes Gordon. Again, it's Johnson. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Elvis Dumerville there on the tackle. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Kessler now on 3rd down. And he finds Barnage. He's got it. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Gets it to Gordon. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down. And there, the man coverage not good enough, partner, and they're able to complete the pass.
Excellent recognition of the man coverage, and they found the guy who could win downfield.
Now Kessler on 2nd down. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. He has been interception prone here in his rookie season. How patient can they be with him?
That is the key. What type of defense you have, and just a general understanding of the makeup of him. But the bottom line is, you posed a great question. Are they at the stage where they've run out of patience and now they get to demand production? Or do you continue to stay with him this way?
Looking left side, he's got it complete. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be second down.
All right, say it with me now. There's a lot of different words we come up with. Maybe we go back and forth after that play, getting his toes tapped down to make that catch. Crafty?
Yep. All the veteran names.
You name it, has every move in the book and continued to...
And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Third down and 4. They stay on the ground, force that again. And he'll lose yardage. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Sam Cook now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Taking on the midfield logo. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will change here with very little time remaining until halftime. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And he's looked pretty good. Does have the 1 interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis?
They'll take the offset. When you talk about throwing 2 touchdown passes, no one wants to see an interception thrown, but those things happen in the course of a ball game and over the course of a season. But throwing 2 touchdown passes, that's why the team has an advantage. That's what they're looking for more of.
They'll be hoping to make it a 3-to-1 ratio here in the second quarter.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
The slot man in motion right. Now Kessler on first down. And he's got the first-round pick, Coleman, for a Browns touchdown. Corey Coleman in the final seconds of the first half. And the Browns add 6 to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Changes your outlook, but even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. And he is into the end zone, so they get 2 more on the board here just before halftime. Needed a couple yards for the 2-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do.
Juan, you're funny.
Play you for the pass, so you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
No, just in this league.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Barring a flag, final play here for Flacco and company. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Ravens are in a bit of trouble after 2, but will have another half to turn it around. The Browns, on the other hand, struggled last week, but have turned it around here today. All right, let's do this. Here's the first half highlights.
So this guy's just sitting there, right? He's got like 30 hot dogs in front of him. And what's that? Apparently we're back. Okay, so Larry's halftime show got cut off. Sorry, we were doing story time here in the booth. We are ready, though, for the third quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Tried to get the edge there. The defense just too quick to the ball.
That's what we call total team defense there. Can't get to the edge, no place to move it inside, and then allows everyone else to run to the ball and create a big-time tackle for no gain for the offense.
On second down, Johnson. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
And the good thing about the top-notch safeties, they can play from deep coverage or they can play close to the line of scrimmage, and the end result is often the same, a big-time play for their defensive team, and that's exactly what we just saw.
Yeah, they've got an extra defensive back out there now on 3rd and 13. In motion right comes Gordon. 3rd and long, it's Kessler. And a hook up over the middle to Pryor. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker board?
Yeah, those two.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Again, they run. Again, it's 4th down. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. 3rd down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
And he puts a little something extra into this one, by far his best of the night. This is fielded inside the 5. Oh, the spin.
Illegal block in the back. Return team. Automatic first down.
And tough starting field position here. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. A gain of 3, second down. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock, and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners, keep moving it, keep grinding clock.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Play clock winding down. So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
He rifles one. It's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. Flacco gives to Forsett, and he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
It's been a struggle this entire game trying to move the ball on the ground, but every now and then you find a little chink in the armor, and that type of run right there lets them know that they can't stop every single run for almost no gain.
So they run it on 2nd down. Now let's see what 3rd down brings here for the offense. They'll try and get it with Forsett. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
They'll try to run with Forsett. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Do you think after that last run they're thinking to themselves, we had to wait all day to play this night game, and we're still not able to run the ball the way we want to?
Yeah, this defense, they've risen to the challenge all evening long. A break from the ground game here. Flacco. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Steve Smith, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. Fighting him off.
Just ran right through the trash.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. Puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They come out here in the eye. Kessler's going to keep it. Give him 2 yards on that play. And they're able to convert here on 4th and inches.
Well, this season's going nowhere. No reason not to go for it. And it's a rare success for them as they keep the drive alive.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Time running out here on the play clock. This time Kessler will throw. Rolling to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
They get the pick. Now what can Flacco do on 1st down? He's got time. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Right side catch, Gilmore. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early.
False start, offense.
So a costly penalty and now a tougher third down situation. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. 3rd and long for Joe Flacco. He's got time. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Taken in at the 48. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. Now the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. Heading out is the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Lawrence Guy able to bring him down. So this is the 2nd consecutive week as you look at the numbers that he just doesn't seem to have the same pop as we normally see him with.
Is there an injury we don't know about?
That's what I'm wondering.
Because that's a legitimate question right now. We're used to speed, power, all coming together. And what I've always loved about him is his vision. You know, last week he didn't have that as well. Always thought he was picking the wrong hole to try and run through. And his blockers, they seem to be getting him to the right place, but he picked the wrong spot. We're seeing some of that again this week. Can they snap it together? Can they get back in sync? Because normally we see them go together very, very well.
1st down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. And the play clock's running down. On 3rd down, Johnson. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. And Murray's kick is up and good. And that will extend their lead even further. So a big one there as that gives them a little cushion.
And you know, here in the 4th quarter, the fact that they were able to bleed some time off the clock and put points on the board, even if it's only 3, that could turn out to be the drive that ultimately wins them the game.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now the Browns get ready as they head back out there. They got the stop last time that resulted in a punt, and then it resulted in 3 for their offense.
And this is one time where the defense won't get credit for creating points, but that's exactly what they did. All right, forced them into a punt, turned it over to their offense, and guess what? Points went on the board.
Points went on the board, 3 of them. Now they'll be looking for another stop. Throwing here on 1st down. Flacco finding time. Caught left side. Gilmore. And he's brought down after a good gain. They get 25 yards out of that one. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They go play action here on 1st down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Carl Nassib, the rookie from Penn State, in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. Flacco here on 2nd down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Here's Flacco, surveying the field. And his throw is incomplete.
Holding. Defense.
Thought he may have gotten away with one there, but the ref caught him, and it's holding. On first down, Flacco. They'll set up the screen for Forsett. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. And quickly, they get to the line. Second down, Flacco now. Catch left side here by Aiken. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a first and goal. They go pass again with Flacco. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early.
False start. Offense. Still second.
And a long way to go for the offense here on second down. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Once more, it's Flacco. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
Third and long for Joe Flacco. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Here we go. 4th down, 4th quarter. Flacco. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll get this one. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And we're hitting the end of this one, and it looks to probably be the final play. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.